Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let you miss.
Hit that bell. I'm watching. What's up, everybody? If you're new, welcome. If you're old, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jerry and you're watching Life with Jerry. I'm with the gang, I'm with the squad. What was you thinking? Before we get into this video, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, like, comment, share. Follow me on all my social medias. Everything is always down below in my description box. And without further ado, let's get into this video. Alright, y'all, so my baby is asleep right here in her bassinet. So if y'all hear her making noises or possibly snoring or breathing hella hard or anything like that, it's because she right here knocked out, and she make noises in her sleep and stuff like that, so just ignore it. She's fine, she's all good, she's okay, I promise. That's just she be knocked out for real. So she just ate and just got changed and wiped down and hair brushed and all that, so she in a real good sleep right now. Okay, I feel like I haven't been on a camera in so long. I had my baby on February 6th, and that's the last time I picked up a camera. Today is actually currently Wednesday, February 21st. It's 8 in the morning right now, and I decided, you know what, I'm an early bird now. Like, honestly, pregnancy got me so prepared for this life. Like, I be tired, but I don't be like exhausted. Like, I be exhausted and I be tired, but I don't be like immensely, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, getting up every couple seconds to go pee in the middle of the night and stuff like that got me prepared for this, for real. But anyways, I just be up now, and I decided, you know what, it's time to get back on YouTube. I feel like if I take any longer of a hiatus, I'm gonna end up missing uploads and things like that, because I filmed to the point where I was good to go for a while. My last video that I have set is through this Sunday coming up, which is my labor and delivery vlog. So I'm running out of videos and running out of chill time, so it's time to get back on the camera. And it's as hard as it is to get back on this camera and get back to working and all that stuff. I know I need to, because I really need to get back on my grind. I need to make sure I don't slip, and I need to make sure I don't fall into just motherhood. Like, I really need to stay consistent. So here we are. I'm deciding that I'm gonna be doing my labor and delivery story time for you guys, because yeah, you guys are gonna get the vlog and everything, but I don't feel like I went too deep into detail, and I feel like there may be some questions or things like that. So I'm just gonna do a quick story time, address whatever I feel like needs to be addressed. I am going to do a Q&A in the future, maybe in the next week or two. I'm going to make a post about a Q&A, so stay on the lookout for that on my community tab and my Instagram, so you guys can ask me any unanswered questions you guys have. This video shouldn't be too long. It's just a quick Q&A. I mean, it's just a quick story time about my experience and labor and delivery and everything, because y'all, I'm not gonna lie, labor was hard as hell. It was hard as hell. It was really hard, but we finna get into all of that. Without further ado, let's just get into the story. Let's just get to it. So we're gonna start with me getting induced. So I went to the hospital, as you guys saw in the vlog. I went to the hospital at like 7:30 in the morning. We set my induction date like 2-3 weeks before. I had to get induced at 37 weeks because I had really high blood pressure. I got high blood pressure the last month of me being pregnant. It came out of nowhere. Like, the anemia came not early on, it came towards the end as well, but we knew about the anemia like early on, you know. The high blood pressure truly came out of nowhere. Like, it came in my last month of being pregnant, and we were trying to figure out where this blood pressure came. Like, I got on pills literally out of nowhere. It went from 1 pill a day to like 2-3 times a day. Like, it was crazy. It came out of nowhere. So being that I developed high blood pressure during my pregnancy, they didn't want me to go past 37 weeks, just for the safety of myself and the baby, because once high blood pressure is involved, it's a lot of risk that could happen keeping her baking in the oven too long. So he decided he was going to induce me at full term, which was at 37 weeks. So if you didn't watch my videos and all you saw was the labor and delivery video, and you were wondering like, why is she getting induced at 37 weeks, it was not like an elected induction. It was just, I had to do what I had to do to get my baby out, to make sure my baby was good and I was good, and she had a healthy mama moving forward, and she was a healthy baby moving forward. it. So that's what it was. I just had to do what I had to do to get her out, to make sure she was good, and it was due to my high blood pressure. And that blood pressure was up and down, up and down, up and down. And the day I went in for induction, my blood pressure was through the roof. They finally, because keep in mind, my whole pregnancy, even at the end, I never was diagnosed with preeclampsia. My blood work, my urine, all that stuff was normal. Like, all of it was good, so they never needed to diagnose me with preeclampsia. But the day I gave birth, the day I got induced, my blood pressure was so high. My blood tests were a little bit abnormal than usual. My urine tests were different, so they just had to go ahead and actually diagnose me with preeclampsia. So I literally got diagnosed the day that she was supposed to be getting out of me. So that's what happened, which became a high-risk situation, basically high-risk pregnancy. And the moment they diagnosed me with preeclampsia, I was scared. I was like, oh shit, am I gonna be able to give birth vaginally? Because once you hear high risk, you just, a lot of stuff run through your mind, you know, like I just didn't want to have a C-section. Nothing against C-sections or nothing, but I'm very scared of surgeries. I'm scared. I'm terrified, okay? I'm terrified to be cut open, all that stuff. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm already scared that I gotta push a baby out of me, but Lord Jesus, please don't let me have to get cut open. You know what I mean? Like, and I just didn't know what the healing process would have been if that was the case, all that stuff. And I was trying not to let my mind run to that. And I was trying to just do everything I could to stay calm, keep it calm, cool, and collected, so that way I don't run my blood pressure up way more than it needed to be. Because at one point my blood pressure was 171 over something. It was real high. So yeah, just to give you a little backstory on why I had to get induced at 37 weeks, that's the reason why. We get to the hospital. The first thing they give me is I probably should did this video a while ago, but I know they put like all the IV in me. I still have like a mark for my IV on this hand, and I have one on this wrist right here still too. But they put IV in me on one wrist to start, but I ended up having it on both after I gave birth. I ended up having IV in both, but this IV was ended up used for like the magnesium, if I'm not mistaken, the mag, which is medicine to help like relax my muscles and stuff. And that medicine kept me bedridden. I couldn't get up out of bed or nothing because the magnesium makes you dizzy, makes you more prone to falling and things like that. So they had to put a catheter in me. I could not get out of bed. I could not do the bouncing on the ball when I was having contractions. All of that went out the window for me the moment I had to get the magnesium in my IV. And it helps like keep you from having like seizures and things like that due to the high blood pressure. So it's to prevent you from having any issues or complications basically. And yeah, it also makes you extremely drowsy and sleepy. It makes you not have much of an appetite for real. It can make you really nauseous, because I did throw up 4 times. Yeah, I threw up 4 times during my labor, but we'll talk about it. It makes you really nauseous. Like, there's a lot of, those are like all of the little like side effects that come with it. So they put that in me. They gave me the first pill. I don't remember the name of the pill. That's pretty bad. I probably should remember the things they're giving me, huh? But they gave me the first pill to start my process of getting induced, which is going to start, like, you know, get the process going. They were supposed to give me the other half of the pill a couple hours later, but my body was contracting on its own and it was moving so great on its own. They didn't need to do that. So after the first pill, I think Michaela had brought me breakfast and I had started eating it, but then once they diagnosed me with preeclampsia, I was on a liquid only diet basically, so I couldn't eat anything at all. As you guys see later on in the vlog, they gave me like Jello, a popsicle, some ginger ale, and some gravy or something like that. I don't know, I didn't even eat much of that, but they gave me that later on because I was on a strictly liquid diet. I could not eat anything at all, and I was bedridden. So that is the only parts of my labor that made it so difficult, because I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. Like, when I'm cramping and going through these contractions, I literally cannot walk around. I can't bounce on a ball. I can't do any of that. Like, that shit was difficult for real. So they gave me the first pill. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, y'all. I'm just remembering as I go as best as I can. But they gave me the first pill. I wasn't really like in pain. I felt like little mini cramps, but nothing too crazy. Like it was just like a little mini stuff, like nothing crazy. After that, after a few hours, they realized they didn't have to give me the other pill because I was contracting very well on my own. My body was doing what it needed to do on its own, which is really good when your body does what it needs to do, because it limits what they need to do to get you going, which is really good. And I knew that that was going to happen because during my NST appointments and stuff like that prior to getting induced, I was contracting a lot on my own, to the point it was kind of scaring some of the nurses. Like they was doing extra blood work and stuff just to make sure I wasn't going to go into early labor, all this stuff, which I wasn't worried about. Me and my doctor was not worried. Like we did not feel like I was going to need to go into early labor or nothing. It was just my body was doing what it needed to do early on, basically. So that way, that was really, that was the biggest plus. Like my body was taking to everything amazingly, which was great. So being that my body was doing what it needed to do, they went ahead and did the balloon. So the balloon is what gets you a little more dilated, because when they checked me I was only like 1 centimeter dilated. So the balloon helps you to get dilated basically a little bit more and get you further along. It gets you up to 2 to 3 centimeter dilated, and once the balloon gets you a little more dilated, later they can go in and break your water and stuff. I hope I'm saying it right. I hope I'm remembering this right. So they go ahead and I was asleep and I just heard a lot. I heard my doctor and just a lot of commotion. So I wake up, they're like, it's time to put the balloon in you, you ready to go, like we're about to get this process going, no need for another pill like we said, just being that your body is doing what it needs to do. I'm like, okay, I'm half asleep, just waking up, like, all right, let's do it. Next thing you know, my legs is propped up and they sticking a balloon inside of me. I've realized I have a pretty high pain tolerance, because there's a lot of stuff they were doing that they were saying was supposed to hurt or cramp or whatever, and I didn't feel nothing. Like even when they were putting the IV in me, it felt like a little tiny little prick. It didn't feel like nothing crazy. Every time, like, I don't know, it just wasn't really hella painful till it was hella painful. I don't know. So they was shook, honestly, with a lot of the stuff. But they had put the balloon in me and he said I was supposed to feel a little cramping. I didn't feel any cramping or anything. I barely even felt it go in, for real, for real. Like he said I was supposed to feel a little pressure and stuff like that. I didn't feel too much. Like it wasn't really too bad. So they went ahead and put the balloon in me. Cool. Balloon was in there, water balloon is in there. I'm contracting a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Like, it wasn't nothing that was really hurting. Like it was just like mild cramps, felt like little mini period cramps or whatever. So a couple hours go by, they check it, balloon is time, ready to come out. So they take the balloon out of me, and I can't remember if next is when they gave me Pitocin or if next is when they broke my water. But at some point they broke my water, and at some point they started me on Pitocin. They didn't really have to give me too much Pitocin because my body started doing what it really needed to do. Also, when they broke my water, that shit felt crazy. Like, that shit was so warm. It just felt like I peed myself. Like, it just felt like a whole bunch of gush of just a rush of water, warm water. It was crazy. Like, that was the craziest feeling ever. But yeah, they had to break my water for me. They had to break my bag, break my water, whatever you want to call it. They broke my water for me, and it was the craziest feeling ever, honestly. It probably, I wonder what it would have been like experiencing that on my own, like at home, you know, water breaks, like, oh my god, my water broke, ah, like, you know, maybe like if I have another kid, like next pregnancy, maybe I'll be able to experience it that way without the induction route. But I don't know. She's just over there making noises, huh? Without the induction route. But I don't know, it's really all in God's plan, God's will, whatever God wants for me, to be honest. Like, this pregnancy went how it went because that was in God's plan, God's will, and God willing, everything went great, and I'm good with how it went, honestly, truly. Like, I could not have asked for a better experience. I could not ask for a better care team. Like, as everything was going on, also I should mention, they're explaining what every medicine they're giving me is, what the side effects of every medicine is, what it does, what it doesn't do, all that stuff. Like, they're keeping me up on game. I don't really have much questions. They're asking if I have questions. I'm just like, nah, do what y'all gotta do, blood. Like, I'm game. I'm whatever y'all say, I'm game. Like, let's get this baby out of me. Because, you know, he said when it's induction and you're a first-time mom, it could take 24 to 48 hours. My goal was to not be in labor for more than like 10 hours. Really, I wanted the baby out in 2 hours. That was not realistic. Okay, I wanted the baby out the moment I started, but that was not realistic. It's okay. Mind you, y'all, we started this process at like 8:30, 9 a.m. on the 5th. Baby came at 1:27 on the 6th. Just so y'all can see the time frame of how long my labor was. It wasn't hella long, and once I started pushing, baby was out in like quick. Okay, quick. Anyways, But yeah, that's one thing I do appreciate, is they were keeping me up to date and up on game on everything they were giving me, everything they were doing, like everything they did, every little touch they did, every little thing they put in a machine, whatever. They kept me up on game and kept me knowledgeable of what was going on with me, my body, and what they were doing, and I really appreciated that. And that's how my whole pregnancy went too with my doctor. That's why I really appreciate my OB, like everybody. Like that was just a very great experience, honestly, especially for a first pregnancy in a care team. That was everything, because I didn't know what to expect, I didn't know what to do, I didn't know none of this crap, so it was great. But anyways, moving forward, broke my water, started me on Pitocin. And Pitocin is to help get your contractions stronger and get the process really going, okay? So once my water broke, it felt like I was in labor. It felt like everything escalated very quickly. Once the balloon got out of me, it felt like things were escalating and progressing very quickly. Before I knew it, my contractions were at a 10 or past a 10. A lot of it was recorded and wasn't at the same time. I was really going through it. Y'all don't understand. I was crying. A lot of my contractions I was feeling in my back more than in my stomach. The ones in my stomach weren't bad. Like they were at a 10, but they were bearable. I could breathe through them. The ones in my back, oh baby, those were the worst contractions ever. Like I just wanted to cry. I did cry. I was having my mama massage my back. Like it was just intense. It was really an intense experience. Like I still to this day cannot believe I didn't get any epidural. And let me tell y'all, it was a point where I did ask right before I needed to push. I was like, you know what, I need the epidural. Eff it, give it to me. Michaela was like, it's not gonna work. And I appreciate her, because she had to steer me away from it, because she knew I really wanted to go natural really, really bad. And the nurses knew too. She was like, I just don't think it makes sense. Like you're about to get ready to push, da da da. And no, it wasn't too late. They were still able to, within the window of giving me the epidural if I really wanted it. But they were just trying to help me go with my wishes, because everybody knew how bad I really wanted to go natural. And I appreciate them for steering me away from it, okay? But one thing I will say is I did get 2 doses of fentanyl, whatever. It was supposed to be something else, but they didn't have that one, so they had fentanyl, and which is better because it was a little stronger. At one point I was able to even go to sleep for like 30 minutes to 45 minutes off fentanyl on my contractions being a 10. So just so y'all could put that into perspective, how good that medicine was as a pain reliever. Like it was really good. Like I was like sleep through 10s of contractions. So yeah, that medicine did what it needed to do for the time that it did it, but it only lasted for like an hour, and I was only able to get it 2 hours apart, and I was only able to get 2 doses. But by the time I was ready to get it, I wanted a 3rd dose or the epidural. It was basically time to push. But anyways, I feel like I'm all over the place with this story. I'm sorry y'all, but I'm just going as I remember it. I'm sorry. I hope y'all are keeping up and y'all are taking what I'm putting out, okay? Also, I feel like a lot of people may have a lot of questions in regards to like AJ and stuff. The night before, he didn't really sleep like that. He was really like nervous and all that stuff in regards to the delivery and stuff. So a lot of that day he spent sleeping, for real. Also, there was a lot of personal stuff going on in the background in regards to a situation, not with me and him. Me and him are good, and I said that in the vlog as well and in the vlogs prior. But a situation happened which I'm not going to speak on and say nothing about, because it's nobody's business but our family, you know what I mean? But there's stuff that happened in the background, so it was just a matter of like just trying to like chill, keep the peace in the room and stuff like that. I do wish that the atmosphere in the room was a lot more better. That's one thing I will say. Like that was not my best experience, and I hope next time I have a kid the atmosphere in the room is a lot better and we're all in a better place and things like that. But I'm gonna take my cards how they're dealt, and if I have to go through everything the same exact way I went through it just to have my baby, I would do it all again, even with all the negative shit, real shit. But it was a lot of stuff going on, and I'm not gonna hide that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm not gonna act like it wasn't stuff going on. So that's why the room was a little divided, real quiet and things like that. But at the end of the day, everybody knew the goal was get this baby here, meet this baby, and just everybody stay in their little respective corners, and we'll figure out all the extra shit later, you know what I mean? So that's just the explanation on like where he was. He was just trying to keep his distance, keep his peace. He was still checking on me and stuff like that. And then once it was time to give birth, it wasn't really no like holding my hand and coaching me through, because he was trying his best not to pass out and throw up. I don't know if y'all saw the clips, but that man was going through it. He was finna pass out, so he needed to be seated. Okay, but he did cut the umbilical cord and stuff, so he was active in that aspect. He did do skin to skin with the baby. I didn't record all that, but he did do skin to skin. He spent like 2 nights with me, stuff like that. So it's not like he wasn't actively there. He was just also at a distance and just trying to keep the peace in regards to everybody as well. So it was just a lot of stuff in the background, a lot of background noise, motion and stuff like that going on, and stuff just that happened prior to that boiled over. But it is what it is. We got through the day. I wish it was better, I really do, but again, I'm gonna take my cards how they dealt, because at the end of the day I got a beautiful baby girl out of it. So but anyway, I just wanted to address that little piece there. Moving on. So yeah, they started me on like Pitocin and stuff, but the Pitocin, honestly, they didn't have to give me hella doses of Pitocin because my body was contracting on its own, and the contractions got really strong really fast, and the Pitocin is to like help your contractions get stronger and things like that. So once the balloon was out, once my water was broke, everything escalated very fast, very, very fast. Before I knew it, I was at a 10 with my contractions. I was feeling them in my back. My mom was having to massage my back. AJ mom was helping me do breathing exercises. My mom was helping me do breathing exercises. Michaela was helping me do breathing exercises. I had my birthing comb. That shit was not working once I was feeling them in my back. Like I said, the stomach contractions wasn't too bad, even at a 10. But when I was getting the contractions in my back, that was the worst pain ever. Like, oh my gosh, that was like the worst pain ever. Like, I did cry. I think I said that already. I did cry. I cried. I did. That was the worst pain like known to man. That shit was like intense. Like, it was really intense. That was insane. Like, oh my goodness. And then I threw up 4 times within the labor process. I threw up 4 times. Yep, I was in there puking. Okay, and I'm pretty sure it's probably from the magnesium or whatever, the medicine that they had gave me to help prevent like seizures and stuff. But I was nauseous in that motherfucker. Like, I was really nauseous in there. Like, it was intense. It was a very intense experience. Okay, but nonetheless, I was so polite. Like, every time they asked me something, yes please, thank you, no thank you. Like, even while I was in pain, like, I don't know how I was keeping such a calm composure, but my goodness, like, it was just intense. Like, oh my goodness. But I would do it all over again. I really would. And I would do it natural all over again, because it made it so much more rewarding and so much more worth it, because it felt like I really felt everything and went through everything for my baby. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it felt like I really felt everything. Like nobody's finna be able to play with that one. I felt everything to get her out of me. Y'all think y'all finna play with her? No way. I'm going to war about her. I'm going to town about that one. Like, it's not a game. And that's what any kid I push out of me. No cap. But anyways, yeah, before I knew it, my contractions were at a 10 and above a 10. Like, they were going ham. Like, it was not a joke. And it got to the point where I started feeling a whole lot of pressure. Like, I was feeling so much pressure down there. I felt like I had to boo-boo so bad. And I'm telling them, I'm like, I think I'm at a 10. Like, I think I'm 10 centimeters dilated. Like, I need y'all to check me, please, because I'm ready to push. Like, before y'all know it, I'm going to be pushing. Like, it's so much pressure. I feel like I have to boo-boo so bad. Like, the pressure was intense. Like, it was a really intense pressure that I was feeling. And she was like, no, you're not there yet, you're like at a 9. I said, man, please, I need you to check me again. I am at a 10. So she checks me. She's like, oh yeah, you're ready to push. Like, I see the head and everything. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, I feel her going down. I feel the pressure. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I'm ready to push. Like, I know I never had a baby, but I think I know that I'm ready to push. So then they start propping my legs up, getting me ready and stuff. They call my OB, and she's helping me like do some pushes and stuff. She's like, okay, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. On 3, you're gonna push all the way through 10. You're gonna take a deep breath and push. Before I knew it, they were like, oh, we gotta pause for a second, because my OB was just getting done doing a surgery, so they was trying to get him down so he can deliver the baby. So she was like, you're gonna have to like pause for a second. I said, pause? I don't think I'm gonna be able to pause. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to wait. Like, I need to push now. Like, I'm pushing right now as we speak. Like, I can't wait. This pressure is unbearable. Like, it needs to come out. I feel like I have to take a fat shit, and I need it out of me. Like, it was at the point where I was like, y'all, get this baby out of me, please, please get this baby out of me. I'm ready. Get her. So then they start panicking because I'm talking about I really can't hold it, like I can't wait. Next thing you know, my OB coming in, he's so excited, he ready to go, he forgetting to put his suit on and stuff. They like, you need to put your protective gear on. So then he rushing to do that. He sit down. Now it's time to really get going. Couple pushes, couple contractions, she out. Honestly, pushing felt amazing. I don't know if anybody's ever gonna say that, but pushing felt amazing. Like pushing against the contractions felt so good versus feeling the contractions. Like pushing just felt like relief. Like, oh my goodness, there was a point where I felt so much pressure, but the pushing just took away all of that. Like, I don't know, it just felt so good to push. Like, I just felt such a relief. That shit was hard though. I felt like I was about to throw up every time I was pushing. Like, it was just a lot. I was just real nauseous, but I didn't boo-boo myself. I thought I was gonna boo myself, but I didn't boo myself, so that's good. Clap it up for me because I didn't boo myself. But the pushing part was fine. Like, it felt amazing. It felt a sigh of relief. Once she plopped out of me, they was like, you want a mirror so you can see? No, I just want to push her out. I don't even want to see because I might pass out. I might throw up. They was trying to have me like look and see. You know, she had a lot of hair. I didn't have no heartburn, so that's really great because I was scared that she wasn't gonna have like a lot of hair, but she has a lot of hair, which is great because I didn't have no heartburn, so I didn't know what to expect hair wise. But yeah, she plopped right out of me. When she did first come out, her head was like a little, you know how sometimes when babies come out, their head be like shaped like a little because the way they came out or whatever. But that went back to normal within like a day or two. Her head is normal shape now. It's round and it's good to go. So yeah, but it was a little cone heady a little bit when she first came out. But that was just from the birth really, and it went right back to normal, so it was all good there. Then I also had to push the placenta out, but that wasn't really that big of a deal. It felt weird as shit when that bitch came out though. That shit felt weird as fuck. And I think they were helping me. I think they were in my stomach. I can't remember honestly 100%. Y'all, I was really drowsy and really loopy from the mag. I just want to put that out there. And then I had fentanyl too. So I was just, mind you, the first dose of fentanyl, I felt like I was drunk. Like, I just felt so like lit when they gave me the first one. I think that's what put me to sleep because I ended up sleeping after the first dose. The second dose, I couldn't really sleep, and it didn't take away the pain as best as the first dose did, but it did take away the pain pretty well, just to put that out there as well. But yeah, she was out. Everything was such a relief. I teared just a tad bit in two little spots, just a little bit. It wasn't even really no need for stitches, but he still stitched me up just in case. I was blood clotting a little bit, so he did have to go in there and clean my blood clots up a little bit. I did bleed a whole lot, but not like direly or anything. And then they did give me a second IV just in case they needed to give me extra fluids and things like that, or extra medicine as well, anything like that. They just put a second IV in me. I was doing blood work around the clock. I was getting medicine around the clock. I was bedridden for 24 hours basically. They didn't take all my stuff out until 24 hours after. So on the 7th at 1 something in the morning is when they took my IVs out. They took my catheter out. I was able to start finally walking and doing stuff on my own again, which was crazy because the first time walking and stuff was insane. Like, I felt so dizzy. I felt weird. It just felt like an out-of-body experience for real. Getting back to like myself and mobile was an out-of-body experience, and that took a while. I'm still not 100% feeling like myself, and postpartum is honestly kicking my butt, but that will be a story for another video, like how I'm doing mentally and things like that, because I really do think I am experiencing some PPD, but that's for a whole nother video. And it's not affecting my baby or nothing, it's all affecting me more so, but I'm good for her, you know what I mean? Like, it's just stuff we gotta talk about. Like, I'm not even breastfeeding at the moment because mentally I just I'm not here, like I'm not able to, but I'm doing formula. I did breastfeed for like a week straight though. I did pump, well, tried to pump. My pump was, that's another thing, my pumps weren't fitting and stuff, and it was just making me so discouraged, and it was just a lot. Like, she was losing weight, like I just wanted to make sure she was getting everything she needed to grow right and all that stuff. So I just made the decision to go ahead and formula feed, which nothing is wrong with that, and it's not like I can't end up breastfeeding my next child, you know what I mean? I learned from this child so that way I can know what to do moving forward and stuff like that. Plus, who knows, PPD postpartum may not hit me as bad next time, and it's just a lot of outside factors. Nothing to do with my baby though. Like, she's good, I'm good, we good, but it's a lot of outside stuff going on and stuff too that I think is really contributing to that. But that's, again, a story for a whole nother video, because we're gonna do a Q&A and all type of stuff. But yeah, so yeah, that's really my labor and delivery story. Like, it was just intense. It was a very intense experience, very out of body experience, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm glad I experienced it naturally, even though I did get fentanyl, but I think epidurals, when it's like, okay, you numbed everything, and there's nothing wrong with getting epidural either. I'm not against y'all, because I was gonna be right there with y'all, you know what I mean? But I'm glad that I was able to stick through and go naturally. I'm glad. Like, it was just rewarding for me. Like, I knew I wanted to go natural the moment I got pregnant. I've been saying it from the start that I'm going natural. So I'm glad I was able to actually go natural and really do it. But yeah, that's my labor and delivery story or whatever. Yeah, I can't believe I had a baby. I really pushed a baby out of me. Like, that's crazy to think about, but she's here. I'm a mother, no drama. And yeah, me and AJ are in awe, in love, and just, you know, doing what we could do to be the best parents we could be. Yeah. But if you guys have any questions or anything like that, if nothing I didn't address, I don't know, I might have missed some stuff, I'm not sure. I just kind of was going with stuff how it was popping in my head. So if you guys have questions and stuff, just comment them down below, because I'm gonna do a whole Q&A, either life update or labor and delivery Q&A or pregnancy Q&A. I don't know yet, but just comment any questions you guys have and they will get answered in a video. Look out for my community tab post, because I'm going to do a Q&A post too, so if you have questions you can comment it under there. But nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Comment below video ideas, things you want to see from me. If you want to see advice videos and things like that, now that I've went through the whole entire process, let me know and I got y'all. And yeah, I'm learning as y'all learning. I'm learning from y'all learning from me, all types of stuff. So if you guys have any suggestions, just anything, any words of encouragement, anything at all, just comment them down below. The negative stuff, don't give a fuck about, yeah, but all the positive stuff will be received the correct way. But yeah, y'all never really that negative in my comments, but sometimes when my shit blow up, it be real negative. But who knows if this gonna blow up? I don't know. I'm just vibing. I'm just making the content for the ones that want to watch it, okay? I'm not even worried about the numbers or none of that. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. I will catch y'all in my next video. I love you so much, Jerry Gang, and let me leave you on a quick positive note. Beat your face, not people. Bye.
It's all in the sky, ruin my vibe. Usually I don't do this often, but since we're cruel,